Hi guys, let's practice English without stress. Relax, listen, and enjoy. Let's go.
Hello, my friend. Today, I want to tell you a story. A real story. My first experiences speaking English on an airplane. Yes, on an airplane. It was exciting. It was new. And to be honest, it was also a little scary. Maybe you have the same dream, to travel, to fly to another country, to speak English in real life. But when the moment comes, you feel nervous. You think, what if I don't understand? What if I say something wrong? If you feel like this, don't worry. Today, I will share my experience. Simple, real, and maybe a little funny too. Let's begin. The beginning of the journey. It was my first international trip. I was very excited. I arrived at the airport early. Everything was new. Different people, different languages, different sounds. I heard English everywhere. People talking, announcements, airport staff. At that moment, I realized something. This is real. I need English now. Before, English was only in books. Now, English was everywhere. Boarding the airplane. When it was time to board, I felt a little nervous. The astronaut smiled and said, "Hello, welcome." I smiled and said, "Hello." Simple, but it felt like a big moment. She asked, "Window or aisle seat?" And I thought, wait, what? I did not understand immediately. My brain stopped for a second. Then I remembered. Window means near the window. Aisle means near the corridor. I said, "Window, please." She smiled and said, "Perfect. Small victory." Finding my seat. Inside the airplane, I looked for my seat. I saw numbers and letters. A, B, C. I was a little confused. Then I asked a passenger, "Excuse me, where is seat 14A?" He smiled and helped me. "Over there." I said, "Thank you." It was a simple conversation, but it made me feel more confident. The first conversation. After I sat down, a man next to me said, "Hi, how are you?" Simple question. But my heart started beating fast. I answered, "I'm fine. And you?" He said, "I'm good. Where are you from?" I paused for a second, but then I said, "I'm from Brazil." He smiled, "Nice. Welcome." That moment was very special. My first real conversation in English on a plane. Listening to English around me. During the flight, I listened carefully. People were talking in English all around me. Some conversations were fast, some were slow. I did not understand everything, but I understood some words, and that made me happy. I realized something important. You don't need to understand everything. Understanding a little is already progress. Food time on the plane. After some time, the flight attendants came with food. One of them asked, "Chicken or pasta?" Simple question, but again, my brain needed a second. Chicken, pasta. Okay, I know these words. I said, "Chicken, please." She gave me the food and said, "Enjoy your meal." I smiled and said, "Thank you." Another small victory. Asking for water. Later, I felt thirsty. I wanted water, but I was a little shy. Should I ask? What if I say it wrong? Then I thought, it's okay, just try. I called the flight attendant and said, "Can I have water, please?" She smiled, "Of course." That moment was important because I faced my fear and nothing bad happened. Watching movies in English. On the plane, there was a screen, movies, music, entertainment. I decided to watch a movie in English. At first, it was difficult, but I turned on subtitles. Little by little, I started understanding more. Simple words, simple phrases. It was not perfect, but it was progress. Thinking in English. During the flight, I tried something new. I started thinking in English. I am on a plane. This is my first trip. I feel excited. Simple thoughts, but very powerful. It helped me stay connected to the language. Feeling more comfortable. As time passed, I felt more relaxed. At the beginning, I was nervous. Now I felt more confident. Why? Because I was practicing, speaking small sentences, listening, trying, learning. Confidence grows with action. A small mistake. Of course, not everything was perfect. At one moment, I made a mistake. I wanted to say, I am cold, but I said, I have cold. The flight attendant looked confused. Then she understood and smiled. It's okay, she said. I'll bring you a blanket. I smiled too. Mistake, but communication worked. What I learned. That flight taught me many things. First, English does not need to be perfect. Second, simple words are enough. Third, people are patient and kind. Fourth, mistakes are normal. And fifth, the more you try, the easier it becomes. A big realization. At one moment, I had a realization. I thought, I can do this. Not perfectly, not fast, but I can communicate. And that changed everything. Advice for you. If you want to travel and speak English, here is my advice. Start simple. Practice every day. Speak even if you are nervous. Use basic sentences. Listen carefully. And most important, don't be afraid. You don't need perfect English. Many people wait. They say, I will travel when my English is perfect. But perfect English is not necessary. Real English is simple. Real English is communication. Even basic English can help you travel. Practice before you travel. Before traveling, you can prepare. Learn simple phrases like, where is my seat? Can I have water? Thank you. Excuse me. These phrases are very useful and very easy. Final moments of the plane. When the plane was landing, I felt happy. I thought about everything. The conversations, the small victories, the mistakes, the learning. It was not just a flight. It was an experience, a learning experience. Final message. My friend, your first experience will not be perfect, and that's okay. What matters is trying. Every small step is progress. Every word is a victory. Every conversation is learning. So if you have a dream to travel, don't wait too long. Start now. Practice, speak, listen, and when your moment comes, you will be ready. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you later.